It was an important three putt.
It was a dramatic three putt, yeah.
The record came to a halt a day after it was broken. 29 straight rounds under par.
As I think all good records should, you know?
Yeah. Okay. And what? How does that make sense?
That was just zero context.
Okay. All right.
Welcome back to episode 46 of the Loggerhead Golf Podcast. I'm going to open up with a quick reminder. We got our March Madness YouTube special going on right now. So we've got the
Driver battle.
Yep, driver pod battle going on. It's been pretty fun to watch, and honestly kind of surprised at some of these ball speed numbers out of certain heads that we've been able to see.
I'll say we've been surprised with some of the winners, but
yeah, you'll have to watch to find out.
We planned that.
Planned it, yeah. Something new and exciting. We mentioned it last week, but just as a reminder, we did start a Discord. That Discord is Loggerhead Golf. What's cool about it is you can hop in there. We've got different subcategories, so club questions, swing questions. So be sure to hop on there, click a little follow, and then if you have any questions, shoot it to us on there. And then, our once-a-year big event's coming up. So we've got the Monday after the Master Sale. Can anybody tell us when that is?
It's going to be Monday after the Masters.
Okay, just clearing that up. So pretty excited for that. Now, we're going to slowly release some details via social media for that, but really excited. Going to have some cool vendors out here, plus some awesome deals going on in the shop.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Always is.
It's always a fun event every year.
So keeps getting bigger and bigger. Thanks, big community support for that. So very appreciative. So PGA Tour wrap up for the week. Guess what happened again? Another first-time winner. So Stephen Yeager. So $1.6 million. Obviously, that does not suck for 4 days of golf. What's kind of interesting is as it got to, see what I did there? Interesting? Okay, just making sure you saw that.
I heard it. But
we get to 18, and, when they tee off, you just got to think, here's Scotty Scheffler again, going to win another tournament or make it interesting coming into the turn because he missed on 17, make par, and then you get to 18, he just stripes a drive, stripes an iron shot to 8 feet. And then you got to think, if you're Yeager, you're just rolling your eyes. It's like, oh, here we go again. I got Scotty Scheffler knocking on the door, and then he gets a putter in his hands, and it looks like he has the least amount of interest in making that putt.
I was going to say, do you think was it because it wasn't an elevated event?
Speculation.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think he wanted to make that putt.
You don't think so?
It just didn't look like that putt from the get-go of him walking into it ever had the chance of going in. And meanwhile, Stephen Yeager's birdie putt went right on the same line and barely missed on the high side. So, I didn't expect a low side miss on that putt.
Right.
Putter's still working, though.
Yep, putter's working. Going into Augusta, that's kind of what you want is, realistically, besides what, 3-putt? He had 1 3-putt, and then...
It was an important 3-putt.
It was a dramatic 3-putt, yeah.
The record came to a halt a day after it was broken. 29 straight rounds under par.
As I think all good records should,
Yeah. Okay. And what? How does that make sense?
That was just zero context.
Okay. All right. Pretty much lips out the bunker shot for birdie. Hard lip out on the par putt. Misses a 1.5 footer. So Scotty Scheffler 3-putt. I mean, now everyone was freaking out. They're like, "Oh, is this going to get him back into his funk?" And it's like, okay, calm down, guys.
All it took was 1 3-putt, and he's out of here.
It's unbelievable. But there was obviously a lot of things going on in the equipment world, especially with the winner this week.
Yeah, so Stephen Yeager doesn't have a club contract. And what's really cool about that is he had the Ping LST 430. So
he probably does. He just doesn't have a
14.
A full bag contract, yeah. Or a 12 club.
So he's got the 430 LST 9 degree with the Project X Black 60TX, so brand number 1.
Yeah.
Stock shaft.
Yep. Callaway Paradigm AI Smoke HL 16.5 degrees with a Ventus Blue 7X, brand number 2. We get to the 425, which is still a Ping. However, it's a 4-year-old product, so you can see. But he's got the Project X Yellow in it, so
That's a
little bit.
8-year-old shaft.
Yep. Then we've got the irons PES 55, which he just had refit this year. 10-year-old iron heads, but with, modern shafts. And then we got Vokey wedges SM10, an Odyssey 2-ball putter, and then the Titleist Pro V1 ball. So we've got 4 brands in a bag of someone playing.
3 brands and like different generations of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's 4 brands.
4 brands.
Callaway, Titleist, Ping. Well, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Math.
It's never been our strong suit.
Yeah.
Golf Pride Grips. There's the 4th brand.
Okay, perfect.
Not super sure.
No, not Super Stroke. So we're starting to see this trend a lot. I mean, Scotty Scheffler, plays TaylorMade, Strixon, and Titleist. Xander Schauffele plays mostly Callaway, Vokey wedges. You're starting to see the 14 club contracts go away, and a lot of these first-time winners and repeat winners, they have 2 to 4 brands in their bag.
Yeah.
So we're not seeing people, 10 years ago, everybody was kind of a traditionalist. If you had a TaylorMade driver, you had a TaylorMade irons, wedges, everything. Titleist driver, irons, wedges, everything. So as we've kind of transitioned into all these manufacturers finally stepping up their game, making good golf equipment, the amount of technology that's out there is kind of endless. So it's been kind of a fun time in the fitting booth. Is what we're seeing is more people in our full bag fittings are leaving with 3 to 5 brands in their bag versus just one, because we let the data speak for itself, not necessarily the expense or the club type that it is. I mean, we joke about it all the time, but Tour Edge is probably the most affordable custom fit golf club out there. And how often do we see it competes with a $210 forged iron? Pretty much on the daily basis. And they're $87.50 in steel custom fit,
something like that.
So I mean, it's great. So
it's the equipment world's pretty crazy because like Project X posted the Hazardous Black Fortune shaft that he was using. That's the number 1 shaft in every fitting cart for most of the
It's in
manufacturers.
basically every cart.
It's in every cart naturally, and then the shaft he has in the 7-wood again. It's like an 8-year-old shaft. So a lot of these players, yes, they're always upgrading to some of the newest stuff, but you always see those certain clubs in the bags
that stick around.
I mean, obviously Brooks Koepka's most notable is his Nike 2-iron.
Yeah.
Then you have same as Scotty Scheffler with his Strixon 2-iron.
Yep.
But I think it's what kind of stood out to me this week was when you're seeing guys on the leaderboard they're not used to showing. Akshay Bhatia, I think he's still using a Rogue ST Max driver.
Yep.
Right.
So he's using a 3-year-old, 4-year-old driver. Meanwhile, so you see other guys playing drivers where they probably, as soon as the new head comes out, change it. So it just proves that just because a pro's playing it doesn't mean that there isn't something
that you have to play it.
Yeah.
I think, and kind of taking it back to what we see in our fittings, there's no one right answer.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It's the right answer for you as the golfer.
Mm-hmm.
So some golfers, the best answer is to play everything in the bag through one brand. Some golfers, it may be 5, 6 brands.
Yeah.
But that's what we're there for, and that's why we do the fitting, is to see what works best for you specifically.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes us here at Loggerhead kind of the go-to for that is we're one of the only places where, we don't get paid commission from the vendors for selling their product. I wish we did, but we write them checks every month to pay for the product that we're ordering. So we really step into every fitting with zero bias. And even when someone comes in and says, hey, I want the new Mizuno irons, that's great, but we may see something 20, 30 swings in, and we might grab that new T200 or that new ZX7 and just say, hey, I know you want the Mizunos, but let's try this. I think with your swing, it might work a little bit better. And people are more open to that idea of trying things than they were even 5 years ago.
Yeah, and I would also say on the flip side to that too, what separates all these companies is they're doing some different things with the weighting, the CG. There are certain clubs and certain club types that aren't for you. That we will know in a few swings, like, hey, this head probably won't work. Just, if you're already struggling with a high spin, right, we're not going to go grab a driver that we know is going to be a spinning driver. So there's always a flip side to that as well, that it's not like, because it is scary to think about, I'm going to go make 200 swings. Now, leading into the Masters, though, something hit the conforming list this week that I think you're going to see in a lot of players' bags at Augusta.
What's that?
Mini driver.
I thought that was April Fool's joke.
No. No, TaylorMade is coming. We have seen it.
Yeah, where they're re-releasing the Burner Mini because the
first one they oversold.
Yeah, I mean it's. I mean, if you look on tour, how many players actually pulled their normal driver out of play to put the new one in? It's pretty substantial. So they've. What I like when you retro. Obviously, we're into older golf clubs, but they have that Fire Soul kind of that reddish orange hue to it. Yeah. Insert Eastbound and down. It looks like the 90s TaylorMade driver, but with obviously all the modern tech. So you've got that front leading edge with that orange hue and then the black carbon fiber matte finish. And then they even put the original logo on the bottom of the club.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as far as like the club itself, it's kind of a re-release with the exception of cosmetic and then the font. And that just shows you how good it was. I mean, we saw it in the fitting bays last year, how many people put the mini
It has its place.
I mean, it's got its place in modern golf. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for
Who
this.
do you think that golf club is for?
I mean, I think that's for somebody that really struggles with modern drivers with the 460cc heads that may have a steeper angle of attack on a driver swing, but still wants to get more, needs a little bit more distance than what they would get out of a three or 5 wood.
Yeah.
Right? Because most golfers nowadays with the newer stuff, they're hitting higher lofted woods further than a 3, they're hitting a 17 degree equally as far as a 15 degree.
In a lot of cases, yeah.
And then they struggle because obviously teeing up on these new drivers, they're mostly hitting up on it. They might be hitting down. It gets spinny, and they're like, I just don't have anything longer than that longer wood in the bag. So now you see it on tour. Those guys are using it more for, I mean, you see a lot of guys going into the greens with that club.
Yeah, Tommy Fleetwood's kept it in, Bryson DeChambeau, Eddie Pepperelli. I mean, just to name a few players.
It's also, too, like for a very, very high-speed guy that's going to struggle with spin, just because his club head speed's through the roof, he might need that larger head to kind of power through and get the distance that it needs. So, I mean, it's just I hope TaylorMade makes enough of them.
All right. I say so. It would kind of label like that the guy that hits a slight fade.
Now it's not a limited release.
Nope, it is full production until they sell out.
What'd you say?
I was going to say so the person we think this club is for is a person that probably hits like a slight fade off the tee.
Yeah, a spinny fade.
Yeah.
Spinny fade for sure.
Pull fade.
Chardonnay fade.
Nice.
I got a lot of nicknames.
It might be good for you.
Yeah. The fade scares me right now with my elbow.
Okay. All right.
But I think equipment-wise, I mean, we'll see more changes and we'll go about it next week.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to see some other cool limited stuff that until it's the conforming list, we're not allowed to.
Now, right now in our bays, why are most people, like, what have you guys noticed? What's all kind of the same we've been hearing a lot? What if most people coming in saying why they need new clubs? Other than their clubs are too old.
I was going to say.
Normally it's age.
Yeah.
I've been fit in 10 years or I've had the same irons for 20
years. I don't
know
why. I feel like I've had quite a few guys like, I got a golf trip in a week.
I got
a golf trip in a week. And I'm like, well,
we've planned it a year ago, but
I heard some of my lessons too. Yeah.
I planned this trip a year ago.
Yeah, we hear more in lessons than we do.
Gosh, I can't speak now. I was getting ready to go on a tangent.
All right, I was going to say, hold on, quick tangent before your tangent. Who is Eddie Pepperelli?
European Tour Pro. He's had
Eddie Pepperell.
No, it's Pepperelli.
Pepperelli? I don't think
it's Eddie Pepperell.
No, that's the DP World announcer. Okay, we'll YouTube that later. I'm like,
I was just sitting here like thinking on it. I think he's thinking Eddie Pepperell, but
no, I YouTubed it before even bringing it up.
Say Ogio. Say Ogio.
Ogio?
Oh, you said it correctly.
Ogio?
All right,
yeah,
the
American version.
But no, it's what's kind of funny about that comment of I've got a golf trip in a week is going into a golf trip. Hey, you've probably planned it a year ago, 6 months ago, and we've waited the week before the trip to come in for a fitting and to get clubs. And it's like, is there any chance they can get here before my trip?
If they're ordered, no.
So if we
build them, yes. Okay.
But it's always cracks me up is going into a golf tournament or a trip. The last thing I would want to do is throw 14 new clubs out there and have no idea what they're doing.
Well, you're right, but hey, that's not what this conversation is leading to.
No.
This conversation is leading to What would you guys' dream golf trip be?
Where would we want to go?
Where would you want to go? What would you want to do?
I mean, I think probably
Play golf?
mine was going. I would have to say is Aiken, South Carolina.
Really?
No, I mean, no, facetiously, yes. But I mean, there's some good golf in Aiken.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's where we're about to head to, right?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
he's referring to is we've actually got a really cool opportunity this Sunday to play the Tree Farm, which is Zach Blair's course. So very fortunate for us to be able to go down and play there, and then we'll throw in a round of golf somewhere on Saturday. But
Yeah.
really looking forward to that. We'll take some photos and post them because it's kind of a lucrative spot right now in the golf world.
Yeah, well, I mean, so the reason why I wanted to bring up this question just because it's that time of year you hear more people talking about it. I mean, I've been on a few golf trips, and I would still say my bucket list one that I think, and probably every golfer will say this, I want to go play St. Andrews.
St. Andrews would be awesome.
Like
yeah.
I want to go play true link style golf by the water. And then obviously, like, I feel like there's so many great courses overseas.
And I'll throw on top of the St. Andrews would be when they do the original routing, the reverse routing.
Yeah.
If you got to play that, that'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah. I mean, I would just love to go play Scottish Links golf. And then I would probably say second. I mean, I love Streamsong. I've been there now twice. And I feel like it's kind of like Pinehurst. Everything's just all there.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just surrounded by nothing but golf.
Yeah.
And food. And more golf. But I think in today's day and age of golf, where more and more courses are opening, you don't see a lot of individual golf courses opening. You're seeing resorts and
Yeah, like golf destinations where it's a one-stop shop.
correct. I mean, you have Pinehurst adding another course that's opening up. I mean,
This week, I think.
Yeah, this week Pinehurst is becoming a golf mecca now. I mean, it always has been, but you can tell that they're adding more and more and more to bring more people in.
Will it take the crown off of Myrtle Beach and become the golf capital of the world?
I would say for one singular location. I mean, Myrtle Beach is a little bit different.
So the reason why they call it Myrtle Beach the golf capital of the world is the Grand Strand, essentially Pawleys Island, all the way up to Wilmington here. It's the most golf courses per
capita or whatever they call it.
Yeah, per the amount of people that are here. Now, great golf courses.
Some of them.
Some of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think True Blue Caledonia, like that, and I would say recommendations.
Dunes Club.
Not everyone can play there. That's private.
But it's still, I mean,
yeah,
it's included in that list, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about great golf. There is a lot of great golf courses in Myrtle Beach, even Myrtle Beach to here. But what I was saying is, like, I think if you've never been on a golf trip, Myrtle Beach is a safe bet, and you'll have a great time because there's so many golf courses.
You'll have plenty of golf. You'll have plenty of things to do outside of golf.
Yeah, you got the Wax Museum.
The go-kart tracks.
I was like the go-kart
Alabama
tracks.
Theater. I mean, medieval times. Like, come on.
Dinner and a show.
Shoot, Play Golf Myrtle Beach needs to contact us. We'll send you guys down.
But I mean, True Blue Caledonia, it's a 2 strands golf courses. Can't go wrong. Easy golf trip. Any other destinations you guys want to add?
Or right beside True Blue in Caledonia, you have Heritage Club. It was pretty good too.
Yep.
For me, destination wise, I would say I want to domestic. I would want to go to Bandon Dunes.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and it's kind of one of those one-stop shop places where you got all your golf right there, and you never have to leave the resort. Outside of the U.S., I want to go. I mean, obviously the Scotland and Ireland trip would be awesome, but I want to go Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, you want to go to the Sandbelt.
Yeah. Royal Melbourne, Adelaide, Kings. I'm trying to think of, they played one of the Australian Opens.
I know what you're talking
I can't think Kings Barnes. It's not Kings Barnes, but Barndougal's there. I mean, you got some really good golf.
What a name.
It is a funny name. It's how you remember it.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to do it, I'd probably try to plan my trip around about the Australian Grand Prix time as well too. I'm gonna kill 2 birds with one stone. Go to a F1 race and have a golf trip all at one time.
Nice. I think for me, obviously it's really easy to say like, dream would be going to Scotland, playing Carnasty, all the fun stuff, and but I would want to go to Dubai. I think
That's a interesting one.
yeah. So obviously with the amount that we've got to see via Live, via PGA Tour, there's 3 courses in Dubai, especially the night course. Like being able to play that golf course at night with the Dubai skyline, all that, I just think would be so cool. And then for my trip for in the United States, we've been fortunate to play a lot of really cool places. Just working for TaylorMade, I got access to quite a few courses. But I thought what would be cool is what I wanted to call like my PGA Tour route. So I pick like Quail Hollow, since I'm from Gastonia. That would be stop number 1. Then go down to South Carolina, play Hilton Head, and basically make my own PGA Tour schedule in like a 6 to 10 day strand of like all those top courses that I haven't got to play that maybe I've worked an event at or been to.
Make like a tour of golf.
Correct.
Yeah.
So where you get to see, but they're all different designers.
Yeah.
So essentially you're playing like the best of designer A, the best of designer B, the best. You're just kind of knocking out so many different designs because obviously a die is going to play completely different than a Strands. Tot Hill's going to play completely different than Landfall die course based on the slope and undulation that, Strands has. So
very different looking golf courses too.
Yeah. A little bit.
I thought something like that for a buddy's trip would be really cool because Pinehurst was awesome. It's one of my favorite, but making like a more of a road golf trip out of it.
If you had like a way to make a road trip out of it, that'd be cool to do too.
I think the road trip that I 100% want to do, and I need to do it before it just like keeps going year and year, is when Cabot Citrus.
I was going to say, I want to go to that. I want to go to the Orange golf course.
Yeah, Cabot Citrus Farms.
Go there, then the Grove, then back there. Panther National.
I think that would be, because obviously you're seeing more and more videos pop up of that, and I think their official opens in September.
Yeah.
But
for that one, though, I want to wait until they get their second 18-hole golf course opened up.
Yeah, and you also want to give the essentially the greens a year
to grow in.
Yeah, I had some friends play it on Friday, and they're members at Isleworth and Grove, and they said it was. They've been fortunate to play all around the world, and they said it was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, it looks awesome
for it to be a brand new golf course. They said it was the way they worded it. It was pristine and perfect, but it was different than anything they've ever played.
I say, here's an idea. So play what's that called? Citrus Farms, and then their sister property is Cabot. Is it Cabot Cliffs? Cabot Links?
No, Cabot Cliffs is the main resort that's up in British Columbia.
Yeah.
Now they own.
That's what I'm saying, but it's all under the same umbrella.
Yeah. So you're saying go up and then go.
Yeah.
Actually, which one do you do first?
It don't matter. Like if I'm doing it, I'm doing it.
I mean.
But all the golf courses look good for those.
Cabot Cliffs looks
phenomenal.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But I would say Cabot Cliffs is up there with Bandon Dunes, where I just oceanside style golf.
Yeah.
That's definitely on the bucket list. And if you have gotten to do it, right, give us some recommendations on how you did it, because obviously there's many ways of going about the travel and the extra stuff other than golf. But you can just put me in a place that has 3 or 4 courses there. I'm fine. I'm
same.
happy.
Now,
I don't need much.
No.
When you guys plan these golf trips or have been on them, outside of physically playing the golf, what are things that you guys like look for when picking the destinations aside from the golf course itself?
Besides, I'm a huge I want to make sure there's good food, like good restaurants.
I was going to say food is number one on the list.
So reason why I love Streamsong is Streamsong on each of the 3 courses, they have a distinct kind of styled snack bar.
When they have signature restaurants at the clubhouse.
And then they have 3 signature restaurants. So they have a really nice Italian restaurant and American Grill. And I forget the other one. I think it's just another kind of nicer grill. But on the golf course, like the black course, the snack bar is known for their lobster rolls. And then on the red course, I might have it mixed up, but the red course is a taco stand. And I like how golf courses now, and you're seeing it more and more with these new properties, is they're actually getting themes to their snack bars.
Yeah. That's kind of how Reynolds Plantation was.
That's how you remember it, right? Yeah. And obviously, I'm food motivated.
Yeah, food's important.
I'm challenged on the weight side, so clearly obvious. But it's just I think about that stuff because I just know the golf course can be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying food is number one thing.
All right, so food, we've got that. What about activities? Or are you strictly, when you plan a trip, it's just only about the
I
golf?
was like, between golf and food, I'm covered.
I think for me, it's about
You okay over there?
There's a bug.
ADHD over here.
Because that's going to be probably most of the time I
Yeah.
spend is playing golf and eating,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest.
Well, I think for the ones that I've been on, what's made it fun is when you go out for food is the activities or the locations you get to, like
Yeah.
the experience of the restaurant. Because like in Pinehurst, we went to the brewery, and to be able to watch, like at the time we went, they had like all the collegiate football on. Like that was almost just as fun as playing golf that morning. Because when you go to these trips, you're kind of handicapped a little bit based off what times are available to play golf.
Yeah.
It's not like you can play golf all day, and you can plan it to where you can
Yeah.
do 36. But I would definitely say for me, I like being able to break the trip up, and here's the golf portion, the
Yeah.
food portion, and then maybe
We
an
might
activity.
have to take you to Stream Song because you can do on-property bass fishing as well as skeet shooting.
There we go.
and at Pinehurst, I still like Drum and Quill and Dugan's better
Yeah.
than the brewery.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I did like the brewery when it first opened, and now it's just kind of like
Well, I was only there for 48 hours.
Hey,
so-
that's all right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good spot.
The
Don't get me wrong.
breakfast
trust me,
You know?
when you go to Pinehurst, you're still going to eat there.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, but the racetrack down there,
racetrack
I'll say
was-
So you
racetrack
got to go to
was-
breakfast at the racetrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the coolest.
Make sure you take cash with you.
Yeah. Last time Caleb and I walked in at 7 o'clock, I asked, I was like, "Do you got cash?" He goes, "No, I thought you had cash."
Had to make an emergency run
Yeah.
to an ATM because there's not one at the racetrack.
No.
Well, perfect. Well, if
Show
you-
and tell.
Yeah, let's get into some show and tell.
What we got to look at today, Miles?
You said that there's a guy that I watch called Cooking with Cajun.
Yeah.
Well, what we got cooking today?
Caleb's going to get out of this podcast and be like, what's for lunch?
I was just about to say that.
So when you did it at 10 o'clock the other day, I was dead. You're like, I can't do a fitting right now. I'm going to lunch. I'm like, at 10?
I'm hungry.
We just got here an hour ago.
Yeah.
Dang.
How's my hook spin going to be off the milling on that face?
Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure when Bettinardi's, when Robert or any of the team do these are called fancy necks. So they've been known to use like a piece, I mean, literally anything you can think of for a neck, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
those are called fancy necks. And then that's the Stinger logo. I think it's pretty sweet. Tying in like the Queen Bee series, but with the Tour Stinger logo and the honeycomb, what do they call those? Like honeycomb spoons that's on the bottom there?
I don't know.
Honey spoons or something like
Something
that.
like that.
Birdie for me. This is a cool custom putter. It's functional art, I would say.
Yeah, I would definitely hang this on the wall. I would say it's pretty cool. I think they did a great job too of just like not putting a basic Bettinardi across the back.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
the
honey
honey
Yeah,
drip.
the honey drip. Yeah. So
This is one of the cooler custom putters
Yeah.
I've seen.
I say we're a little bit. I'll go the same thing.
Yeah.
I think its overall theme, like it's pretty, like the face milling. I kind of joked on it or picked on it. Like I couldn't imagine putting with it,
that's wall art.
but it looks really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I'd give it a birdie.
Would you be able to use a putter if it was like a normal milling, normal everything, but that style neck?
Me, I don't think so. No.
Yeah. I don't know if I could either.
Not the
Yeah.
fancy neck.
Yeah. Well, this is a grip. We know that Nikki's going to hate it.
What?
Strong opinions on grips.
What?
You hate all grips.
No, I don't.
Grips.
Hey, I want you guys to know, and you guys heard this here first. I paid full price for a Super Stroke grip.
Good on you. I guess you owed it to him.
I paid full price.
Which one?
The off the truck 13-inch Tour 1.0.
Because I think they might have had a
grip.
slander case against you.
Defamation.
His receipt disregarded it.
Yeah.
No.
So these are the reverse taper golf prod
so
grips,
they
right?
have
The
a
new grips that they're
pistol
coming out
style
with.
and then a non-pistol style. I guess that's the difference
I think
between
there's
the two.
3 total. I think there's
Yeah,
a
they have 3
square,
different
a round,
designs.
and a pistol.
I think because we've now had them and we've used them. I don't.
So we had a couple samples of these.
I was gonna say I don't dislike it. I think it can definitely serve its place.
Yeah.
I like how they're trying something different. Haven't seen a tour player with one on the putter though. So
But does a tour drive everything?
no.
Right? I mean, that's
no.
what-
And I
that's
would
what we
just say
talked about
more or
earlier.
less, it's just like God, I'm probably wrong in saying that then, but it's just they get the first release of everything, like months.
True.
And
Prototypes.
and prototypes and stuff like that. And maybe there is, and obviously the TV just doesn't show them.
Was this inspired by Furyk and his upside down putter?
That's a good point.
Or upside down putter grip, I should say.
Could be. I don't know. I know Miles likes them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a par. I mean,
Giving it a par?
Yeah, for me, it's a unique putter grip, but it's going to take a unique person to actually buy it.
Yeah, and
It's a good texture, so they got the texture right. But that bigger right hand and the smaller, top hand, I don't know. For me, it just sets up kind of awkward for what I want to feel in a putter grip.
Do you think this would be something good because there's obviously you have like Superstroke makes a claw grip. Do you think this is a good left hand low grip or right hand low? I should say
potentially.
Yeah,
I could see it working for that. Even like even a claw grip, quite honestly, because like the right hand's pretty built up.
I think this isn't. It might not feel comfortable for a conventional style grip. It's definitely different, but
I mean, I'm a conventional style grip, and the pistol of this version I thought felt really good. Yeah. I like the way it feels.
I will try anything if it helps.
What you gonna give it?
Par.
Yeah. I'm torn on this
golf
one
ride, so
because, like I say, the pistol shape is, and I always played a pistol grip, so that's the one I kind of most gravitated toward. It feels really good. The texture feels good. I do not like
the color,
and the layout. I don't know what it is. I do not like it.
You don't need reminders to tell yourself where to put your thumb?
No, I can't quite put my finger on it. This is kind of like the Sunday Red logo for y'all. Like, it just doesn't work for me.
Sure.
So for that, it's a bogey.
Okay.
And when they come back with a different color scheme, different.
So if they would have went
layout,
all black,
it'll be a birdie.
It'll be a birdie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it might take some hook out of your stroke.
Honestly, I'm thinking about trying it. I mean, if they
not?
come out with something that looks better than that one,
We can paint it.
Yeah. You get to play 10 rounds at your dream course.
Well, Scotty Scheffler is out of there.
If you're a pro, it's a 10-foot putt.
Nope.
The last digit of your phone number determines who your pro is. What's the last digit of your phone number? Do you even know your phone number, Nikki?
God, and he's having one of the worst years on the putting green this year. Yes, I know my phone number.
Who is it?
Justin Thomas.
Yeah, it's mine's
JT,
Thomas
you got
too.
JT?
Yeah, and his putting is
atrocious.
Last week
I might have the safest bet here, then I got Nelly Corda.
Yeah, you did. I was gonna say he had he went like 66, 78, and I think in the strokes gain era he had the worst strokes gain putting round.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that round was horrible,
and it was just putting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, I mean I'm Thomas too, so I'm screwed.
You want to play Augusta?
I'm taking 10 rounds at Augusta, I guess.
Because Nelly has gone back to back.
She gonna make that
back.
putt. Yeah. Good.
Now, out of that list, who would you guys pick? If
I had to pick one player, I can tell you who I ain't picking. Rory, Scotty,
and Tiger.
You're not going to take Tiger?
No.
I was going to say that's probably the one guy I would take.
I'm picking Fitzpatrick.
As much as I like to hate on Tiger, I mean, when it came down to having to make the putt.
Oh, that's true.
He was the guy that made the putt.
I was going to say, and there's only one other guy cut from that same cloth. My guy's Brooks Koepka.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
BK's my pick, and then probably Minjee Lee, and then Nelly Corda.
Probably not going to take Morikawa at all.
No.
Awesome. Well, let us know down below if you guys have any questions about golf trips or any recommendations for us to visit.
Yeah. Who you picking for your 10-foot putt?
Yeah. Who would you pick and who would you not? But thank you guys.
Myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, next week will be
betting on me.
Betting on myself. Next week we've got a
not
fun
gonna
one.
let you get this outro done.
Little pre-Masters. So
Yep.
Tuesday before the Masters. So it'll be fun.
Live from will be on.
Yeah, live from the Masters will be on the TV like we did last year. Probably do the driving range while they're warming
I
up.
don't think
Maybe
we were allowed to do it, but like I'm saying, like it'll
gotcha.
be playing while we're doing the podcast.
Cool. Well, be sure to subscribe, turn on those push bell notifications, and we will see you next week for the best week in golf.
Wow.
Peace.
Wow.